The willingness to do the thing that we are afraid of, that would seem like the most uncomfortable choice, the willingness to do it is the very thing that creates miracles for it to oftentimes not even happen. And the thing that you would most prefer to happen to occur. And the reason why this happens is because we at our core are electrical beings. This is a scientific fact. If you get down to the atoms, the smallest things that make up what we are, you got electrons, protons, neutrons. These are basic components of electricity. So by default, we are absolutely electrical beings. And this is why you hear the term, what you focus on grows. Focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. Because whatever you focus on is what you charge with your energy. Just like a plug into a socket. In order for you to charge your phone, you got to plug that joint up. So when you think about something over and over and over again, you're feeding it. You've created the thought itself creates a cord of connection to the physical manifestation of whatever the thing is. And the thought, the more you feed it, your energy continues to charge that thing up. And so when you think about what you don't want with great intensity, it brings it to you. It reveals it to you in the physical. And it's not that the thing about the universe is this. It doesn't operate from a good or bad perspective. And I say the term universe as just a general term to include all higher beings, all higher levels of power, life force, life energy, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. But it feeds you, it delivers to you based upon what you pick out on the menu. And you pick out things on the menu based upon how you think, based upon what you think about most intensely. So when you think about something that you don't want, you put a big ass bright sign in the sky that says, give me this. This is the choice I want right here. Even though deep down that's not what you want. But because you're thinking about it so intensely, you're charging it up. And so that is what you get. But the miracle that comes from accepting or being willing to deal with the thing that you don't want to happen so intensely, when you genuinely find a place in yourself that you're okay with that thing happening, you immediately remove the charge. You immediately relax it. And that frees that energy up to go elsewhere. And so this is why it's so important to, when you're thinking about something that you're so desperate for it to not happen, it would be the most uncomfortable thing in the world if this thing turned out this way and I don't want it to happen. Usually we're coming from a place of lack. We're absolutely coming from a place of fear. And we're thinking about the worst case scenario and how we are unequipped to handle the situation. But it's not true, You only get things on your plate in life that you have the capacity to handle. If you didn't have the capacity to handle it, you wouldn't have it there. You wouldn't have it there on your plate. So there's somewhere in you that knows how to deal with this. And there's miracles that happen when we take accountability, and true accountability. I'm talking about not just talking about accountability of paying your bills and, picking up your kids from school and, doing your homework, things like that. That's not true accountability. True accountability comes from acting from a place of knowing and not thinking of things as if I don't want to make the wrong decision. And I don't want to make the wrong decision because I don't want to handle what could come with this decision. I don't want to be accountable for what could come from making this choice and making this decision. But the moment you decide that you're capable and you're okay with whatever comes from this decision, you step into a place of faith. And when you step into that place of faith, everything opens up for you. Everything opens up for you, and miraculously, things get taken care of because the universe is listening to you. It's taking guidance from you. When you move into that space of whatever comes of this, I have the capacity to handle it. So be it, and it is. And suddenly, you have the capacity. And that's the key. You know, what frees us from being paralyzed in decision making and choices is the taking accountability part. When we accept that whatever comes of this, I will figure it out because I have it in me to figure it out. You figure it out. And this helps you keep moving. You don't get stuck. The pain in life that we experience so much comes from when we want to stand still and we don't want to make the wrong choice. We don't want to make the wrong choice. We don't want to make any choice. But life has to move. We have to grow. It does not stop because we want to stand in one place. This is where the pain of life comes from, because you're resisting the inevitable. And you start to literally feel the pull of life like taking you like this, and you don't want to go because you don't want to take accountability for the wrong choice. But when you let go and you trust and you go into a place of faith and knowing, you start to move again. And you've always been moving. That's the thing. Like, you never stop. You've never stopped moving. But you lose that feeling of the resistance. You lose that feeling of being in the mud and in the quicksand. So whenever you're in a place of a really tough decision, also remember that you have time. You know, when you're in a place of a tough decision, you can get caught up in this idea, if I don't do it right now, everything's going to go to shit. And I'm, again, back to, I'm going to be left with the results of this. And I don't want to deal with that. You always have time. You always have time, even if it's 2 minutes, even if it's 30 seconds. And presence is a powerful thing. It creates miracles. Accountability and presence create miracles, because when you get back into your body and you stop worrying about what's going to go wrong in the future, what happened that you wish you could have done differently, and you come back to the moment that you really only have power to do something with, you realize that you have time. You have time. And most things in life are not do or die decisions. It seems like that in our heads. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not like jumping out of an airplane right now, and even that, you got 30 seconds at least to get yourself together before you jump out the airplane. Most decisions that we're making in life day to day are not something that's do or die right this second. So when you remember that, you can calm your nervous system down, calm yourself down to get a clearer mind, because you can't make clear decisions when you're not here. You're not here in the place you have power to do something. You are not even in your body. And so when you're not in your body, you basically is like a car going without a driver. You can't direct yourself clearly that way. So don't let anybody or anything rush you. Don't let yourself rush yourself and tell yourself, if you don't do this right now, right this second, my life is going to go to hell. You got to get past that voice, and you got to get past, you know, that pressure that we put on ourselves. And the best way you can do that is through presence and just remembering that you have time. Take accountability, true accountability for what can happen. And that will take time. It might take you a night to sleep on it. But when you do that, it opens up the possibility for you to get the assistance that you need for whatever it is that you need help with in that moment. Accountability and presence. Keep those things near and dear to you whenever you're in a tough spot, whenever you're in a tough situation, and it'll help you get through it.